And we welcome you to another informative episode of JCI Radio Philippines, anything and everything about the Junior Chamber International Philippines, presented by JCI Makati. I am your host, Ernest Hernandez.
A warm welcome to everyone listening to the radio sets everywhere in the Philippines. I am Diego Del Paz, also from JCM Makati. We are here every week to give you a taste of what the Junior Chamber International has to offer.
Okay, so JCI Radio Philippines may be heard over the following radio stations nationwide at DZEC 106 kHz at Mega Manila,
DWIN 1080 kilohertz in Northern Luzon.
Saan na? Ito lang
What?
At DXEL 1260 kHz in Southern Luzon,
DYFX 1332 in Central Visayas,
and DYFX 1332 in Central Visayas.
and DXED 1224 in Southern Mindanao.
Okay. You may catch us our show via online streaming at www.radioagila.am.
Our show is also live streaming on YouTube. Just type Radio Agila Live on the search bar and watch your favorite Radio Agila shows live and on demand.
JCI Radio Philippines and Radyo Agila are proud members of KBP or Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas. All right, so today we have been mentioning for the past few weeks about the BCYF Foundation,
The Benita and Catalino Yap
Mhm.
Foundation.
yes, and today we have a full blast of what the BCYF is doing right now, and we have the CSR, and they will be talking about the CSR awards. It will be held on August 31 at the Club Filipino. So here we have Noreen Marian Bautista.
Good evening.
She is the Secretariat Head of the BCYF Foundation, and together with her is Kevin De La Cruz, the Deputy Secretariat Head of the CSR of
Good evening.
BCYF Awards also. Good evening. All right, so let us know first now, kasi BCYF, some people haven't encountered it. Maybe you can tell us what BCYF is about first. Mm-mm.
Well, the BCYF stands for the Benita and Catalino Yap Foundation. We were established in 1993. Initially, we were the outreach program of our school. We have a school system in Pampanga, but BCYF now stands for what we call CSR 3.0, or personal social responsibility. So we have several projects. Our vision is really to have a better society in Asia built by citizens who contribute to a lifestyle of personal social responsibility.
Okay, so kailan pa tong BCYF, no? At saka we want to know ano ba yung, aside from the CSR Youth Awards, ano pa ba yung ginagawa ng BCYF?
Okay, so
Mhm.
we have 5 departments in our foundation.
Mhm.
One of which is the CSR Today, and that's why we do the CSR Youth Awards. But aside from CSR, we have the Institute for Social Enterprise and Development. It helps develop entrepreneurs who want to create businesses that help society.
Okay.
We also have an
Mhm.
education department, a
Mhm.
volunteer matching exchange, and special projects that we
Mhm.
do. So maraming
Okay.
projects din.
So etong we're going to be talking about the CSR Youth Awards na, and I think our director for communications has been in touch with you closely about this awards night, and tell us, okay, let's chop it down first.
Yeah.
Let's chop it down. Ano ba yung CSR, or what we
Okay.
call corporate social responsibility?
Right. The whole discussion of CSR started when our
Mhm.
founder, Mr. Tony Yap, sat down with the who's who in CSR. So we had roundtable discussions kasi maraming ang nagsasabi na itong ginagawa nilang mabuti para sa bayan. So, but what we found out is, there's all anecdotal evidence. There's no research
Mm-mm.
approach to what CSR is.
Mm-mm.
And all this talk about corporate social responsibility, we also want to look more at an individual perspective. Kasi eventually the foundation did a lot of research, and what was found out is approaches to CSR will only be effective if individuals are personally committed to the
Okay.
causes. So
Okay.
that's why dito sa foundation, yung advocacy namin na CSR 3.0 focuses more on personal social
Personal,
responsibility.
no? So,
Opo.
when pag sinabi kasi corporate, no,
Mm-mm.
kailangan nasa kumpanya ka,
Mm-mm.
'di ba? And
Mm-mm.
you're a company that is doing CSR. Yesterday, I was attending a seminar on corporate social responsibility,
Mhm.
and they factored in on three things. It should take care of the people,
Mhm.
it should take care of the planet, and it should be take care of prosperity.
Mhm.
Yes.
No,
Mhm.
those are the
Yes.
three factors that they are telling
Okay.
us yesterday, and they kind of interconnected.
Yes.
That okay, you have make an example project that you think is a CSR work. No? Biglang, okay, so you're thinking of people, but it's also connected to the planet. It's
Mhm.
also connected to prosperity, etc., etc. And it kind of blew our minds. Now, but it's a simple concept. No, but understanding it more makes it more meaningful.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Di ba?
Mm-mm.
So, maybe the best way to do it, to describe what CSR is that maybe we can cite out some examples
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
what CSR is. Ano ba yung mga notable examples nyo uh, na nakikita? No?
Well, in
Mhm.
terms of corporations, I'm sure it's being discussed a lot. Like
Mm-mm.
right now, Pilipinas Shell, for example, they're always telling about their events that they're doing a lot of CSR. And of course, you have the League of Corporate Foundations. All these are good, and we celebrate these social
Mm-mm.
responsibility initiatives as well. But yun nga, when you really look at it, kung himay-himay nyo talaga yung efforts ng CSR, paano ba
Mm.
talaga naging effective yun? And at the end of the day, it's because
Yeah.
it's being led by individuals who are
Okay.
committed themselves personally. Yung tipong
Mm-mm.
hindi lang nagtatapos sa work or sa corporation yung kanilang
Uh-uh.
pagkakawang gawa. They actually live it as a lifestyle.
Kasi
Mm-mm.
immerse talaga.
Yes.
Immerse
Yes.
talaga sila.
Mm.
Oh, kasi ito yun, di ba? Parang may mga nagsasabi sa akin, no?
Yes.
And you have to agree with me on this one. Talagang finors, eh, no?
Sige.
Kasi may mga taong nagsasabi, ano, no? Parang, tuwing December lang kami nagcha-charity,
Okay.
tuwing December lang kami gumagawa. But you know what? It should be a lifestyle.
Yes.
It should be something that you have to do every day.
Mm-mm.
It's your advocacy every day. Now, I know some people have their simple advocacy that he should have helped
Mm-mm.
5 people a day.
Yes. And those are simple acts of, personal CSR, we call it. And that's why we want to highlight that. Kasi dun talaga nagsisimula kung paano maging effective yung mga social responsibility efforts kapag ginagawang personal.
And what is cute
Yes.
about that helping 5 people a day, no? It doesn't have to be major.
Yes.
It's as simple as opening the door for an old lady. Di ba ganon? Di ba?
Yes.
Those simple things. If you do that as a lifestyle na meron ka natutulungang 5 and every day, no, it feels good, no, na it's already in your lifestyle.
Yes.
Di ba?
Kasi it's embedded in what you do every day. It's embedded in what you do every day. Parang
True.
it's already second nature to you.
That's true. That's
Mm-mm.
true.
And apparently, to add, no, when you talk about personal response, kasi you talk about organizations, di ba? Usually,
Yes.
it's a response by the organizations. But here, the challenge of CSR 3.0 is really on the personal response. So how can each person in any organization
Mm-mm.
can have that connection?
Mm.
Meaning it's not just my contribution to the social change within the organization, but me personally, how am I owning it? I mean, how am I? Meaning, it doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be something that's publicized. It's something that can be done outside your home, even within your family.
Mm.
Okay. Baka pwede ko kayo tanungin, kayong dalawa, no?
Mm.
What are your personal CSRs?
Yeah, that's a
Ah.
good question because it's also what we ask our volunteers
Mm.
then. Me personally, my advocacy is using business for social change. So ever since college ako, my advocacy has always been for social enterprise. And
Okay.
I've actually co-founded some social enterprises. We work with
Wow.
communities in
Mm.
mga livelihood communities.
Mm-mm.
But also in the bigger picture, I realize it's really a great time to be a young entrepreneur in this country.
Yeah,
And that's
I agree.
why we want to really advocate that philosophy na you could do business but also help people and help this
Mm.
country. So that's why in the foundation, I'm actually working more with the Social Enterprise Institute. And that's where I channel my personal CSR also.
Kasi, how about you?
For the past 4 years, I've been into consulting for various organizations, government, NGO company, more focused on social enterprise development and good governance. And actually, when I started engaging in these projects, founding some NGOs, I realized that indeed, it the a lot of education should come in, personal education, meaning knowing about yourself before you respond. And it's something that I've been advocating for ever since before, even though if it's a
Kumbaga, ayusin mo muna sarili mo,
yes,
no?
diba?
Then makakatulong ka na sa iba.
Exactly.
Tama yan, no? Oo.
Kaya most of the projects I involved in when I started, it's more on education. Actually, I just get all these people to talk to these people na I want to be enlightened about who I am, so that in the future, I'll be in the position na mas makakatulong pa ako. Not just for myself, but with other people.
Actually, maganda yan dahil once you know how to sustain yourself, eventually madali na kasi yung helping other people.
Yes.
Because you could already sustain yourself and then helping each other,
Yeah.
raising each other
Yun
up.
talaga sinasabi nila, bago ka tumulong sa iba, tulungan mo muna sarili mo. No? So pag but hindi yan sinasabi na tulungan mo sarili mo financially or what. No? Tulungan mo yung improve ang sarili mo by the way you approach people, by creating empathy, becoming a better leader, 'di ba? So yeah, pag natulungan mo ang sarili mo, then you can teach what you learned to other people. Galing, no? Ang nakakatuwa, no? And for Noreen, I would love to support young entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Because I myself as started out business at the after college.
Yes.
After college I started pero kumuha pa rin ako ng trabaho noon, no? But yung one thing that is best about being a young entrepreneur is that you learn the mistakes early. And the risk of making a mistake is easier to mend, no? Diba? Kaysa yung diba, yung you're in a farther age, no? You have lesser time to make mistakes, no? So that is the perfect time, no? And
Yes.
ang sabi nga nila, why start young? Kasi unang-una, once you aminin natin, when you do business, no? Kailangan mo, you need to understand technology.
Yes. Exactly.
And young people understand technology better. Diba? Yung paggawa lang ng website, diba?
For some, it's a Herculean task, especially if you're already older and you don't really have the time to learn all of these things. Because when you're younger, you have the time, you have the energy to learn all of these things.
It's really the mark of the young people na technology savvy tayo. We're also more open to volunteer. And also with all the challenges of being a young person din, marami din mga issues yan. Pero despite the issues, you still have that energy to want to help. And that's why the foundation really focuses on the young. And being young, actually we describe young 13 to 39 years old. So hanggang below 40 pa, pwede pa yan. Youth pa yan. So,
Okay, youth pa tayo lahat dito sa table.
yes.
Like, yung mamaya katanong natin si Coach Arik, no? Kasi nagsimula ng maaga yan sa coaching. No? Pero ito yan, ang kasi, di ba, like, some advocate sports, no? I know some people use sports as an advocacy to teach people kasi marami sila natututunan about taking care of yourself,
Yes.
di ba? And improving, like in basketball, I think you have to improve your jump shot, your layup, your defense, no, and your dribbling skills, individual, yung mga basic skills you have to improve each. Just like in real life, you have to improve the basics in your life na, and at the same time becoming a team player. No? Kaya may mga friends ako na they use basketball as a tool to help kids, no, become better leaders in the society.
Yes.
Diba? So, ganun. I think we are getting what CSR is.
Yes, yes,
Exactly.
that's true.
We are getting what CSR
One thing
is.
lang that is really important, and that's why we wanted to really launch this award with Deloitte, who's our partner
Mm-mm.
actually, because we also want to include in the conversation of corporate social responsibility na involve nyo din yung youth. Because we really
Yeah.
want to put a spotlight na yung mga kabataan, marami silang proyekto, marami silang ideas. And if you really want to make your CSR programs in your company effective, you look at the
Mhm.
youth. And that's why we
Mhm.
want to have this award as a recognition program.
Okay.
And also for a message to the corporate sector, any sector, that it's really important to involve the youth
Mhm.
in CSR efforts.
Mhm. Yeah, again, the youth kasi very wide-eyed eh.
Mhm.
Yes.
Very wide-eyed, open to so many ideas. Pag tumatanda ka kasi so many things pile up already na from your experiences, and then parang mas close-minded than usually ang well, those who are more senior to us.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Mhm. So anyway, no, we'll talk about yun nga, yung mga ano ba yung personal, di ba, yung corporate social responsibility.
Mhm.
The way we understood it, no,
Mhm.
your business should be able to help,
Mhm.
no. And I
Mhm.
think I think the quote, the exact quote, I don't know, no, but I from one of Robert Kiyosaki's quotes is that
Mm.
focus on helping people and then money will come.
Mhm. Mhm.
Diba?
Mhm.
Like I know a friend who's starting a school, no?
Mm.
School for mga technical vocational schools, no? And yung ginagawa nila is helping people get jobs, no? Yung mga less unfortunate people, out of school youth na kuha ng trabaho. Focus lang siya doon.
Mhm.
Kumikita ang eskwela
Yes.
niya.
Mhm.
By giving education, no? So ganun yung
Mhm. Mhm.
yun yung personal things. And sige, but once we come back now, let's get to get on to the awards, no? And how people can participate on this one.
Mhm.
Okay? We'll return here on JCI Radio Philippines in just a while.
EBC, Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radio Agila. Ang oras po natin ay 6:22 ng gabi.
Usong-uso ang dehydration o labis na pagkawala ng tubig sa katawan kapag summer. Bata man o matanda ay maaaring tamaan nito. Kaya para makaiwas sa dehydration, uminom ng maraming tubig. Huwag yang kaliligtaan. Kapag ganitong mainit ng panahon, madalas tayong pagpawisan. Kaya't ang madalas na pag-inom ng tubig ay makatutulong sa atin upang makaiwas sa dehydration. Isang mahalagang paalala ngayong panahon ng tag-init mula sa Radyo Agila.
We're back on air with Ernest Hernandez on JCI Radio Philippines.
And we are back here on JCI Radio Philippines, everything and anything about the Junior Chamber International. And with us still are the people from BCYF Foundation, Noreen and Kevin.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And so let's talk about the CSR Youth Awards. So, why did BCYF conceptualize such an awards board?
Right.
Sino sasagot?
Sige, ako na lang.
Mhm.
Well, yun nga, one of the insights that the foundation realized is it's important to involve the youth in CSR initiatives. So the CSR Youth Awards, it's the awards recognition program of our department, CSR Today, and we partnered with Deloitte Philippines to recognize young people ages 18 to 39 years old who have practiced projects or led projects involving citizenship, sustainability, and social responsibility. So we really want to highlight the youth, the young people, and show that there are these guys doing these projects in a very thoughtful way to help society.
Yes.
Okay. So, with that, okay, how many months in the making bago to sinabi, okay, let's do this?
We started it actually years talaga because
Years.
our chairman, Mr. Tony Yap, always planned for a CSR development program. Like he was immediate past president of a school association, so he's
Okay.
involved with schools.
Yeah.
And he really wanted to highlight this awards and recognition program, but he needed the right time also,
Mhm.
and he needed the partnership of a professional firm like Deloitte, so we could establish this as a really credible award. We eventually want to take this abroad, like especially in the ASEAN region, because we want to really recognize youth across ASEAN.
Okay. So,
Mhm.
pwede tayo mag-nominate ng mga Pinoy living in other countries that are doing good things. Pwede ba
Actually,
yan?
pwede.
Yes, pwede.
As
Mhm.
long as Filipino sila. Kasi we're starting with the Philippines at the
oo.
moment. Yes.
Kasi may mga may mga talagang nag-advocate na pumunta sa mga Africa, no, ganun,
Mhm.
no,
Yes.
just to take care of the lions.
Yes.
May mga exceptional talaga mga tao that really do a lot of these things.
Yes.
Na maybe may or may not be here in the Philippines.
Mm-mm.
Oo, so
Mm-mm.
pwede natin i-nominate yun.
Mm.
So far, I think you had submissions already. What are the
Mhm.
usual backgrounds of these people?
A number of them are into social responsibility work with foundations, with
Mhm.
nonprofits, but
Okay.
also some of them are in the corporate sector.
Okay.
A lot of students also, since we have college and young professional categories.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
it's a really a diverse set.
Mm.
We're now we have a lot of entries for social responsibility because
Okay.
you should be nominated either on citizenship, sustainability, or social responsibility.
Citizenship,
And
sustainability,
And social responsibility.
Yes. So yun yung
Can we
three.
define each?
Okay.
Citizenship. So how do we define someone
anong
who is
category sila papasok?
who
Baka
is-
inisip nila eh. Diba?
Okay, sige.
Ano yung citizenship?
Okay,
Kevin.
so citizenship basically is how you when you talk about let's say paying your taxes, when you're
Mhm.
talking about following the rules of the government. So
Mhm.
basically, citizenship is how you have exemplified being. I mean, in a sense of being nationalistic, meaning you strengthen the identity of the Filipino
Yeah,
in
yung
what you
love
do.
for country. Yun.
Yes.
We even acknowledge that yung mga projects that advocate yung mga heritage, mga art,
Yes.
Ah.
promoting Filipino artists, that
Mhm.
could actually fall into the citizenship category kasi you're advocating love for country and appreciation of Philippine culture.
Yes.
And for sustainability, how do we say someone is doing something that is sustainable?
Well, most of them will involve the environment. So
Mhm.
Yes.
projects involving helping the environment, climate change, awareness, so on and so forth. There's I guess not so common, but something that is very important, especially
Mhm.
with the whole disasters that have been happening.
Mhm.
So environmental projects, yun.
Mhm. So for example, someone who is doing a project that relates to recycling mga old water bottles and turning them
Exactly.
into bangkas,
Mm-mm.
pwede na yun
Pwede
as
yun.
sustainability.
Yes.
Mm.
Oo.
So, and yung pinaka-common out of the
Yes.
entries naman, yung social
Responsibility.
responsibility.
Oo.
Yun. So basically, social responsibility is precisely your contribution to a particular cause. Let's say health, let's say education. So how have you, given your capacity as working, let's say for an organization, have you contributed, let's say in a community, so improve their education outcomes, their health outcomes.
Mm-mm.
So very, very focused on diverse sectors yung social responsibility. It actually napakalaki nga ng scope niya.
Mm-mm.
Pero
Very wide.
very wide. Yes.
And especially focusing on how do you become your brother or sister's keeper? That's along that value then. How do you help develop human dignity or value?
Mhm. So becoming the steward of the next generation.
Pwede, yun.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Actually, one of the videos that was presented to us yesterday during the CSR
Yeah.
seminar, I kind of got touched with this kid now. He was in the beach and throwing all the starfishes back in the ocean.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know if you saw this movie already, no, yung short film now. But there's a guy who came in and asked, why do you keep on throwing them back to the sea? Eventually, they have a short span of life. No, they will eventually die. No, and what's in it for you? No, it's gonna be nature. Things are gonna happen. No, so what the kid did is that he got one starfish again. No, and threw it back to the sea, and just said, "I just made a difference."
Mm-mm. The starfish story.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yes.
yeah. Mm-mm.
Okay, so nga, no, that little thing that he did made a difference. Even if you're thinking na, yeah, it's uh, nature will take its course, no, but sometimes you need to give things a chance, to
Mhm.
give a lot of people some chances also, like yeah, the out of school youth,
Mhm.
the young
Yes.
entrepreneurs,
Exactly.
no, um, it's just getting these people some chances
Yes.
to to succeed in life.
Mhm.
Actually, some people talaga, they just need this little push.
Mhm.
Mm.
Just one small push, a little bit of nudge, a little help, it
Mm-mm.
goes a long way.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
And I'm
true.
sure even basketball coaches, no, yung may mga nakikita silang mga potential players, 'di ba coach?
Yes.
Mm.
Na kailangan lang tulak no?
Mm.
Kailangan lang sigawan ng konti, 'di ba coach?
Ah.
Tapos eventually makikita mo they will improve and they will learn a very strong value, no? And that they will carry on for the rest of
Mhm.
their lives.
Mhm.
And they just needed to get that chance to showcase what they've got.
Mm.
Mhm.
And in relation dito sa awards, I believe na the foundation is really adamant in honoring the people who are responsible for giving that little push in
Mhm.
in
Yes.
society.
So definitely, that's why we have nominating organizations. So what we do is we invite organizations all over the country and schools
Mhm.
to nominate the leaders that they consider to be deserving of the CSR Youth Award. And that's
Mhm.
why yun nga, we are involving everyone in social development, if because they all have encountered a young person doing
Mhm.
this. One thing I think that makes it different, what makes this award different, yung mga youth leaders na to, yung quality din ng projects na ginagawa nila, tinitingnan din namin. So
Mhm.
that's why we also have someone like Deloitte who will really, audit it well also. Because we also want to show that there are youth leaders who hindi lang nila tinitingnan to na pansamantala lang yung project nila. They want to also make this sustainable.
Mhm.
So
Na long term.
even if it's a volunteer project,
Mhm.
maayos yung documentation, may evaluation sila about what to do next. Because this is the kind of volunteerism that we'd also like to advocate. A volunteerism that's also thoughtful, na pinag-isipan, na kahit yun na, like, even just like 3-month volunteer work, but it's something that has an impact for the succeeding
Long term.
long term.
Long term na
Mhm.
impact. Hindi lang yung sinasabi nila na magpapakain ako ng lugaw,
Mhm.
parang parang nagfi-feed lang ng lugaw tapos parang naibsan lang yung sakit ng tiyan for a while pero
Mhm.
hindi siya sustainable.
Mhm.
Pero
Mhm.
pero yung mga projects na tinitingnan nyo talagang long term
Oo.
long term impact.
Totoo yun. Kaya yung mga feeding program medyo dinidiscourage namin. Kasi yun nga, it's a temporary solution to a
Yes.
temporary problem. No, you did not you did not solve the entire problem of being hungry every day.
Mhm.
Lahat naman tayo nagugutom araw-araw, but keeping food on the table.
That's a different challenge. Parang yung old saying nga, give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day, and but if you teach a man to fish, you will feed him for a lifetime.
Mhm. Mhm.
And meron yung isang actually a good CSR award is pwedeng CSR program is yung I Love Street Children,
Mhm.
'di ba? They are it's a small mini foundation that
It's a small shelter.
Yeah.
they adopt street children.
Mhm.
Talagang pinapasok nila pero yun nga pati yung parents ina-adopt nila, no? Biglang the parents pero ang objective nila parang incubation yung lugar.
Mhm.
Incubation lang siya to parang temporary house these street children with the parents and teach the parents how to get fetch money for themselves,
Mhm.
and eventually habang naka-incubate sila doon sa lugar na yon, they realize na marami pa palang kailangan improve.
Ayun, dapat ma-nominate sila.
Yes.
Para we could
Yun nga
have a
like
recognition.
yung may time na nagbibigay kami ng seminars doon on parenting
Yes.
kasi ang nangyayari walang nagtuturo sila about parenting. Ang ginagawa nila, pag nasa loob ng shelter, nakikita ng ng mga taong nagbabantay, minumura yung bata. Hindi naman nila alam na bawal pala, di masama pala murahan yung bata, na ganun. Someone has to teach them the right way of parenting, no? And at the same time, may mga humihingi ng donations like sidecar, no? Sidecar, yung baka yung tatay pwede matuto mag-sidecar, ganun, no? And inaayos din yung mga papers nila. Some of these street families, no? Nagulat ako, wala palang there is no evidence that they exist on earth. They don't have a birth certificate. They don't have anything, any documentation. No, so one thing that they do is that tinutulungan niya kumuha ng mga tin, kinukuha ng birth certificate or what, no, and livelihood projects like that, no. So minamother hen niya yung yung mga street children. We'll try to nominate that person, no. Kasi may isa siyang shelter sa Makati.
Yes. And apparently kasi majority of the things that we find, kumaga solutions right now are not exactly grande. Kasi these are the things na there are existing gaps. And all they need is to just bridge those two. Kumaga, many people kasi they keep, kumaga one thing that we are looking at the awards is, it doesn't have to be already extravagant. Yung project, it doesn't have to be big. It can be very small. Kumaga, we call it developmental. So in a sense na it's continuously developing and it doesn't have to address a big gap. It can be just access to to these services na itong mga bata pwede natin siyang i-link with these services. So maybe it doesn't have to be it should we look at the three things First is the why. Why is that project being done? So ano ang tinatawag nating hugot? The personal vision.
Hugot?
Yes.
Hugot.
Yes.
Ano yung hugot?
Yung hugot, yung pinanggagalingan. Yes. Ayan.
Yung nasa isip kong hugot yung hashtag hugot.
Yes. Yes, the why. And the second is the what. So how did that why translate to what? What is that specific project na naging response ng tao na yon? And the third one is how was it done? So kasi many people are looking for the outcomes, but the process of how is it done, yun, it should be also looked at as a volunteer. Kasi of course in CSR we look at the integrity of the CSR, hindi lang yung outcome. Yun.
So ang dami pa lang pwedeng no. Everyone can be
exactly.
Parang this will inspire more people to do good things in their everyday lives, no ba? Kumbaga kailangan ng branding.
They should only go to the website. Yun, kung pwede na ba maano yung website. Yung awards.dzyfoundation.org. All the details for the nomination and the awards criteria are there. And you can simply nominate through the form. Hanggang
online, no?
Online,
So madali siyang i-nominate.
Madali siyang nominate.
And how many usually may pictures yan while doing the action? Yun ba? Meron ba ron?
Yes. Well, kung na-nominate ka, we will be also sending you an email na there are some application requirements. So, you will need to submit a CSR project portfolio, pictures, kung anong ginawa nyo, websites if possible, and the CV, of course, of the youth leader. And there's a short application form with some recommendations that you need to also fill out. And that will be material for our screening committee also to assess and our judging committee.
So
it's a simple process. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, compared to other awards giving bodies, light lang ang mga requirements dito.
Yung Golden Dove, 'di ba? Medyo
tedious yung matrabaho yung Golden Dove.
Pero it depends on the applicant din, to the nominee, to submit as much as they can para magbibigay talaga ng basis that they deserve the award din. So if they have a business, pati financial reports, BIR, they could submit it to ensure that they have really also achieved yung financial sustainability and such. Ganun.
Yeah, I have here yung qualifications. For college students, so they must be a bona fide graduating student.
Yes.
Bakit graduating student?
Well, kasi we also believe that, kung graduating sila, they could still have impact in the next school year of their college. So parang pwede pa yun they could have an impact when they graduate from college or in their school mismo. And we also want to show yung companies na ito yung pwedeng maging interesting pipeline for their CSR professionals also.
And as a matter of fact, actually, to add on to that, it serves as a bridge na as a young professional kasi right now, di ba, we're looking at our workforce right now, di ba, we're looking at the capacity of people na hindi lang academic. So, pag tinignan natin yung awardees natin na they are the exemplars na eventually these awardees kasi will be able to undergo the CSR program. So once they enter the industry, once they enter kung ano man yung field na pasukan nila, it will resonate through them na, this is what I should be doing once I step in and engaging the workforce. You know? I mean, once I start becoming a part pala of the workforce.
And of course, some of the other requirements here, so it's basic naman na major violation, dapat wala siya. Tapos, yun nga, may record siya ng volunteer experiences or nag-organize siya ng events and activities that relates to citizenship, sustainability, and social responsibility at a leadership level.
Yeah. So, my question for both of you, no? If I want to have like a purpose and I want to start my own CSR, no? How do I start? But before we answer that, let's take a short break. Magbabalik lang po ang J.C.I Radio Philippines.
EBC Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radyo Agila.
Ang oras po natin ay 6:41 ng gabi.
Want to feel better at magkaroon ng karagdagang energy and perhaps even live longer? Mag-exercise. Maraming benepisyo sa pag-ehersisyo, anuman ang iyong edad. Pakinggan mo ito. 1. Exercise controls weight. 2. It combats health conditions and diseases. 4. Boost energy. 5. Exercise promotes better sleep. 6. Puts spark back into your life. And 7. Exercise can be fun. Remember, getting in shape doesn't need to be expensive. A health reminder from Radio Agila.
Enter a world of entertainment at home and on demand with the new Tattoo Home Broadband plans. Subscribe now for as low as $1,099 and get Spotify, Hook, or NBA for free. Call 730-1010 or visit tattoo.globe.com.ph for more details.
We're back on air with Ernest Hernandez on J.C.I. Radio Philippines.
We are back here on J.C.I. Radio Philippines. And yes, we're going to ask Noreen and Kevin here our hanging question a while ago. If I want to start my own CSR, what is your advice for me? Sino mauna? Kevin.
Okay, so the first one is to find the right mentors because, of course, there's this saying na what becomes you, who you are with will eventually become who you are. Diba? So you have to engage organizations such as J.C.I. I mean, you have to engage organizations that will eventually form your character. And of course, these mentors will be there whenever it's not just
Lilitaw na lang, no?
Kumbaga, kailangan you should be able to recognize na these are the people who will eventually be with you. I will be your future partners, then even your businesses, in your initiatives. And the second thing is, do not just dip your hands in the water. Subukan natin i-plunge in. Because right now, Yes, because we may test our concepts, but with the support that you will be having with these with the organizations, with your mentors, diba? There's no better time than now to actually start that project, diba? And to really become,
Just dive in.
Yeah, just dive in. Diba?
Parang yung sasabi na leap of faith.
Exactly.
That's because there's some things na iniisip mo lang all day. You're paralyzed because you keep on analyzing I mean, instead of doing that, why not just try it?
Yes.
Yun ang magandang gawin, especially if you're at our age, di ba?
Exactly.
It's the best time to be experimental.
Kasi even though you fail, it's an opportunity to learn, diba? And eventually, failing doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, failing is not bad.
It's not necessarily bad.
Yeah, not necessarily bad.
Especially if you learn a little bit more about yourself.
Exactly.
Yun ang kagandahan ng nag-experiment ka. It's better that you know these things rather than not even trying and then thinking of what could have been.
Yes.
Okay, so how about you,
How about
Okay.
Noreen?
Miss Noreen?
Ako naman, okay, this is practical and medyo morbid ng konti because
Morbid. Okay,
there's
so
an
I'm brushing up.
interesting exercise. Imagine, what if you only have 1 year to live? So, kapag harap mo yung Diyos mo or whoever higher being you believe in, ano yung mapapakita mo after? And that's where you reflect, ano ba ginagawa mo ngayon? And how will you live the rest of your days so that it's meaningful? And that helps me. That helped me actually. And I realized the things that I really need to do, it's really like that, have a meaningful life. And sometimes it's not even the big things. It's, being a good daughter, being a good sister. But also, you're also part of this community and you have certain talents that were given to you. Anong gagawin mo dun? And you kind of really reflect. It really starts from yourself also. And eventually you'll have this, you also have to have a plan of life also. And it will come with constant reflection also. And what Kevin also said, the mentors will be there. But at the end of the day, it's also, ano ba talaga yung life mo, yung purpose mo dito? How would you like to live it? And, if you leave this world, how will you like to live it in a better place? So, have to answer those for yourselves then.
I think what you both said is actually finding purposes in life. Diba? Once you found that thing that you really want to focus on, no? You found meaning to why you are existing on Earth. Diba?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's what really we believe sa foundation. CSR is actually a means to a meaningful life. So, kaya CSR lifestyle yung pinopromote.
Okay. Okay, so
Kasi hindi lang siya temporary. You have to live it talaga for you to
Yes.
totally understand yung yung purpose mo in doing such projects, activities.
Tama.
yun. So anyway, let's start. So
Right.
since yung mga taong hinahanap natin, alam na ng mga nakikinig sa atin.
Yes.
Okay, so how do we join the CSR Awards?
Ayun. So we invite everyone listening, if you know CSR youth leaders or you have organizations or you know organizations, they could go to awards.dzyfoundation.org and nominate a CSR youth leader. So meron dong form, meron din Facebook page that you could go to CSR Youth Awards. So medyo malapit na yung deadline.
Yes.
Yun, yung deadline ay sa?
It's actually in August 4. So it's this Tuesday na. So yeah, pero yes. Pero fear not.
Fear not.
Yes, because mag-nominate lang kayo, you send in your email, your details, pero yung fulfillment of all the documents will be in August 8 pa naman. So yun. So they can still catch up. Kumaga, before Tuesday will end, we will be accepting emails of nominations.
So August 8 is Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. So this week.
So you
So
could nominate as many as you want.
Yes.
as in just give out the names through awards.bcyfoundation.org and then the requirements to follow.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, before we leave, no, may mga gusto pa kayong i-announce? Mga gusto kayong batiin na nakikinig sa inyo ngayon?
Well, we'd just like to, I guess, say hi to all the BCY volunteers. And also, we'd like to also acknowledge our partner, Deloitte. So we're actually co-presenting this with Deloitte Philippines for the CSR Youth Awards. The awards night will be on August 31. In Club Filipino pala. August 31 in Club Filipino, San Juan.
Yeah.
Actually, same as Noreen. No? Pero I would just like to give also yung greetings kay Mr. Antonio Yap, our chairman of the BCYF and of course the brainchild of the CSR Youth Awards. So we would like to recognize yung fact na it took really
A thoughtful process
thoughtful process
to develop
Yeah.
this.
Anyway, just a few announcements. In line with the JCI's vision to bring positive change to the community, we have planned an event that would enlighten the audience on the Philippine governance and how to improve it. Our guest speaker for the night for August 9, Sunday, 7 p.m., okay, is other than one of the Philippines' most popular mayors, Mayor Rodrigo Duterte, in this event called Federalism, and a Clamor of Change. And Mayor Duterte will discuss the advantages of a federal form of government in the economic and social aspects of our nation. So yeah, you can get your tickets, and this will be held in 7 p.m. at the Tramway Buffet in Rojas Boulevard.
Mhm.
Malayo pala to, no? From here, no? Tatakbo tayo. No? No? And tickets will include dinner. Ba? May dinner na. For our listeners, it's 650 pesos. No? And you can call Neil Ong for reservations at 0917-322-9168. Again, Neil Ong at 0917-322-9168. Or you can reserve your tickets at this website, jcialabang.org. Again, if you have this rare chance of meeting Mayor Duterte, it will be on August 9, Sunday at the Tramway Buffet in Ross Boulevard. So reserve your tickets now.
Wow.
Na? Or kung meron kayong gusto yung magbayad na lang, pakita niyo yung bank account, yung bank details, so you can actually go deposit it at JCI Alabang BPI account at BPI account number 0081060827. Again, that is 0081060827. BPI account po yan, and the name of the company is Junior Chamber International Alabang Incorporated. Okay, so email the deposit slip at JC Alabang at for JC, email nyo kay Miss Janet Lim, the treasurer of JCI Alabang, at jcimjanet@gmail.com. Now, with your full name, date and deposit, and branch of deposit. Again, bihira lang to.
Bihira lang yan.
Bihira lang to makakausap niyo si Mayor Duterte. Okay. Anyway, Jago, ikaw, may announcements ka ba?
Actually, wala no announcements, pero we'd like to thank our guests from BCY Foundation, Miss Noreen and
Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
Thank you also to JCI Makati for this opportunity.
Yes.
Yes. And yes, we will have more of our partnerships with BCYF soon. So stay tuned. This radio program will highlight every step of the way. Huh? Anyway, diba, actually natutuwa ako, these people are really out here to recognize, kasi once you get recognized with these kinds of advocacies, you actually na-inspire ka pa to do more.
That's right. Kasi especially if nakikita na may fruits pala ang ang binibigay mong love for the community and the love for the people, it will really go a long way.
Yes, so an hour has passed for us in our discussion of everything and anything about the Junior Chamber International. This has been your host, Ernest Hernandez.
And this has been Diego De La Paz signing off for now. Tune in again next week for another dose of awesomeness here on JCI Radio Philippines, where we feature of what JCI is all about. Sports on Air is coming your way up next.